Hello children, welcome back to the class. Let's continue our chapter 2nd, the Vedic period. Okay, so as per the syllabus, we have to complete now the comparative study of early Vedic and the later Vedic society. If this is completed, the second chapter also will be completed. Okay. So, we have already discussed in our chapter in the beginning that from which age to which age the early Vedic period is started and between which age to which age the later Vedic. Okay, so that is the early Vedic begins from 1500 BC to 1000 BC and the later Vedic begins from 1000 BC to 500 BC. Okay, so what are the differences that are found in later Vedic and the early Vedic that we are going to discuss in detail? The first point is joint family system in the society was not seen in the early Vedic, but in the later Vedic there was a joint family system. Okay, the next one is the women enjoyed the equal status in the society in the early Vedic, but in the later Vedic the women did not have any freedom. Her freedom was being reduced. Okay, let's see in which other field the women enjoyed the freedom. Okay, so in the later Vedic, look into the slide, women were treated equally that of men. Okay, they were taking part in all the social and religious functions and in the social gatherings. They could even offer the sacrifices with their husbands. Okay, they were given even importance to the education. They had freedom to choose their husbands. Okay, that is we say Swayamvara. Monogamy was usually practiced, however polygamy was also being practiced. Okay, what is monogamy? Mother will be considered the head of the family and polygamy is father will be the head of the family. Okay, widows were allowed to remarriage and child marriage, sati system, parda system were not in practice in the early Vedic period. Women scholars were also there who composed hymns and knew all sacred scriptures. Okay, coming to later Vedic age, the women did not have any such freedom, okay, that were enjoyed by the women in the early Vedic. They took part in all social and religious functions and gatherings, okay, but with the restrictions. Few women received education, not all the women, especially the rich caste or the rich women, rich family offered the education to the women. Thus we say education was only for the higher order family. Okay, widows were not allowed to remarriage. Polygamy was more common, especially in higher sections of the society. The discourses of women are preserved in Upanishads. So you can see these restrictions in the Upanishads. Okay, so the women compared to early Vedic, in the later Vedic, the freedom was restricted. Okay. The next one is rigid caste system was not there in practice in the early Vedic period, but whereas in the later Vedic we can see the caste system. Mainly the society was divided into 4 castes, there is Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, okay, in the later Vedic period. In the early Vedic period, this division of society was there, it was there in existence, but based on their profession, okay, based on their profession, the class or the society was divided, okay, like you can see that in the Vedas, okay, so in the Rig Veda, it has been mentioned, I am a poet, my father is a physician, and my mother grinds corn on stone. Being from the same family, we are engaged in different professions. That means the class division was based on their profession. Okay. Next is the Gurukul system of education was seen. So the education was given to the children through the Gurukul. Okay. So what is Gurukul? Education was imparted through private gurukuls. The residence of the guru, called gurukul, meaning the family of the guru, had become the most sacred institution. The gurukuls were often located on the outskirts of the city, and it was not in the society, it was in the outskirts of the city and sometimes even in the forests. Okay, so the students used to live along with guru, and the guru treated his students like his own children. Student was required to do household chores for his teacher, so all the work will be done by the students to their teacher. He had to get up early in the morning, take a bath, and chant the Vedic mantras. Most of the teachings were done orally. At the completion of the education, student used to give Guru Dakshina, a gift to his teacher. So the gurus were gradually respected and revered. The main object of education was to bring out the physical, mental, and spiritual development of the pupils. So some of the subjects which are included in the education are Vedas, Puranas, grammar, mathematics, ethics, logic, and military science. So these are the subjects that are included in the education of the Vedic period. Okay, so the education was similar in both early Vedic and the later Vedic, but in the later Vedic the system of education was further enlarged. Okay, so more subject was added to the existing subjects. Okay. The next we'll see the occupation. In the early Vedic period, agriculture became the secondary occupation. And what was the main occupation or the primary occupation? It was the domestication of animals. Okay, but whereas in the later Vedic period, agriculture became the primary occupation and domestication of animals became the secondary occupation. Until day, agriculture is a primary occupation. Okay, so the other are the secondary occupation, like industries. Okay, we say tertiary occupations. Okay, so in the early Vedic, what was the primary occupation? It is domestication of animals. In later Vedic, what was the primary occupation? It is the agriculture. Okay, cattle was considered as the important source of wealth, and land was an important source of wealth in the later Vedic period. Okay, in early Vedic period, many were engaged in trade and commerce. Okay, but whereas in the later Vedic period, traders guilds had formed, and with use of coins and better transport facilities led to the growth of trade and commerce. Okay, thus trade became one of the important field which the whole town and city life moved on. Although the Aryans had introduced coins, barter system was still dominant in trade with other countries. Apart from this, the food items that were used by the early Vedic people are the milk, barley, fruits, vegetables, and meat. However, the consumption of meat was reduced in the later Vedic period and they consumed rice. Okay? Worship of nature and the natural phenomena were prevailed in the early Vedic period. They worshipped gods like Indra, Agni, Varuna, Mitra, Surya, etc. And these were being worshipped, and the important gods of the early Vedic age are Indra, Agni, Varuna, and Mitra. Okay. So this is a comparative study of early Vedic age and the later Vedic age. You can see this in your textbook in page number 27. Go through it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. We'll meet in the next class.